blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
They begin with Henry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming.
Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Right there in the middle, 55. Get it.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On now is the Titans punter, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield.
At their own 47-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide.
And at the 7-yard line, catch is made. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This just a 24-yard attempt. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Play action. It's Tannehill. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Titans offense to begin the drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. He's going to air one out. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. They'll get 34 yards there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
On the ready.
At the 31-yard line.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Check 9, check 9. Chopper, chopper. Smith. 55. Right there. Shoot.
Tannehill throwing again. He'll let this go for the end zone. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off down at the 2. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And to give this time to the tailback. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the 32-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a loose football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5. At the Titans' 48-yard line.
Hey,
Real.
24, watch 24.
Alert! Watch out!
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Slide it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Here's Jamie Gillen down as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Watch block, motion, block.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10.
Get it.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
From the gun on third down, Tannehill uncorks one for Davis. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Henry running right. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready? 8, read. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check safety, check safety.
Snap.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Tannehill. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Tannehill now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Right there in the middle, 55.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Five.
Again, it's Henry. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now he's flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the 1st down. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They snap it to Tannehill. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Cameron Batson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit.
Check 37. Check 37.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
180. Hey, alert 33.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
Hurry, hurry. Regular.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Trevor Williams there on the coverage. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you...
And he loses the football a 2nd time. It's picked up by the Titans, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. To throw is Tannehill. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 42. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing, Mayfield. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown! As his guys are in for 6. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Check Mike 99. Mike 99.
Set the tone, defense.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. Got him in. It's Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Tennessee.
Tannehill now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Ready, ready.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill, eluding the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Here's Tannehill. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Throwing again is Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
6'6", pull it high.
It's south, baby. That's baby south. Check your hot read.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush.
Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Hey, hey. Watch the shift. Watch the shift.
Go.
3rd and long. It's Tannehill. And now here's another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Let's go. Let's go.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Tannehill. Flushed out right. He'll run it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Set, ready, 8, read.
Get your swerve on. Check 3, check 3.
Protein spill. Hit it.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. Now a desperation throw, deep depth, and my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 18. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
King. Hey, exit.
2nd and 7.
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. Escaping the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the pressure gets to him again.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Mayfield to throw it. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Let's go now. 15 line. 15 line. Shoot.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And it's 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Back to throw, Tannehill. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Hey, lock it.
Watch twist.
Be grip.
Out of the gun, and Tannehill. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, possession switches hands. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but and pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and we're never headed.
So for the home team here, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for